Hi guys, Master Indigo here and welcome to the remaining days of breaking news events. I was able to make videos of the first 3 days and sadly not the last days because I was in the army yet again. Let's have some background music there, shall we? Anyways, I kind of wanted to do a video on the remaining days, even though I think most of you, if not all of you, have already seen what this event has to offer, as have I, but I wasn't able to make videos. So let's just go through the web page, and this video will not contain too many spoilers, I guess. I will only discuss what is available on this web page, and later on, not sure if it's gonna be today later on or a few days later, I'm gonna do a video discussing all the heists in more detail, what has been happening in them, and the day 8, the cutscene, and so on. I'm sure most of you already know what I'm talking about, but let's go through day 4 first. So day 4 added 3 new weapons, and there's a new audio file, so let's listen to that.
Reminder, ask Jenny to follow that tip about gun smuggling in DC.
A tip, alright, so we have images here. Kind of nice to have blueprints, a Claire 12J shotgun. It's kind of like the Judge, a secondary shotgun. Stats wise, it's quite close to the Judge. It's kind of like a side crate to that. We also have Entar assault rifle. This has been available as a custom weapon for quite some time, but always nice to have an official variant, so everybody can use it, not just those who use modifications like those. And once again, another bow, but this time it's a compound bow and a free one, because previously all the bows were tied to DLC. Even though bows are not as strong as they used to be, it's nice to have a free counterpart. And also precision engineered safe. It doesn't read on this page, but Overkill actually added almost all the old safes into the safe rotation. So if you go to Steam Community Market, you should be seeing more of the older saves, all the free saves, not just Sangres saves, older community saves. I don't even remember what are there. Let's actually search. We have, so as a rare drops the oldest free saves, such as Slaughter save, First Wall save, Christmas save, and so on. And then as a regular drops, you now get Change saves, Scarface saves, and so on. So the price has been dropping on those. Gonna be a little bit easier to get some older skins, but still no way to get the older skins such as Jimmy saves that require drills. But it's a good one. So I like the skins in those, but it would be kind of unfair if you had to pay the $250 to open a save and next time it would be free. So I kind of understand why Overkill doesn't add the oldest saves into the rotation anymore. Anyways, another audio file here.
White House press briefing was useless. More lies and double talk from Salters. But what was Dr. Hellman doing there?
So yeah, Rachel is wondering why the dentist Hellman is at the White House. So she wants to run a background check on Hellman, connection to Congress, any info about this dental clinic patient. And Dallas would be a patient there. Because of the first introduction to the dentist, you may remember Dallas entering the dental clinic. Anyways, yet another audio recording for day 4.
Do we think that the incident yesterday has anything to do with all the other things going on? I'm full up chasing this Dr. Hellman connection. Should I have Jenny follow up on it?
Alright, so Rachel wants to follow up on the whole event. And day 5 was another video, so let's check that out.
Another breaking news story, with the world still reeling from reports of an unexplained nuclear event in the South Pacific Ocean. Word now comes in of a similar occurrence deep underground beneath the Great Pyramid of Cheops in Giza, Egypt. The suspected detonation was followed by a thunderstorm which seemed to appear out of nowhere, with unconfirmed reports of lightning striking the top of the pyramid several times. No casualties have been reported, but a large portion of the pyramid has collapsed. The entire area is under quarantine while Egyptian authorities investigate. The president has ordered several branches of the military to adopt DEFCON 2 status, and the UN has offered any aid Egypt may require in investigating this strange phenomena.
Alright, so another explosion, this time in Egypt. As you see in the pictures, some pyramids, some thunderstorms. Really interesting. And this is something that hasn't really been solved yet. Any connection between the first and second explosions? Oh, absolutely there's a connection. We just don't know what it is yet. Check up on the incidents of missing nuclear missiles. Alright.
Reminder, confirm passenger manifest of flight GNW 59 to Egypt, Hellman listed as passenger.
Hellman, aka the dentist, has been listed as the passenger to Egypt. So that's a little bit suspicious at least. Have Jenny update manifest for flights from Egypt. I guess Jenny is the assistant of this fellow here. And last couple of days. And then there's some missing footage. We can check this out. It's only 40 seconds. So if I'm not mistaken, this video was supposed to be some sort of originally 2015, whenever it was all originally recorded, there was supposed to be a car shop live action trailer, but they never released it. Only this part basically. There was live action Clover there as well, but now they just released most of the unused stuff as this one. I kind of feel strange because it was supposed to be a live action trailer and not like a security cam footage like it's tagged as here. Because here, James just takes his mask off, exposing himself. So, alright. From FBI video archive stolen, maybe. Has this been released to the public? So, she got this from somewhere? FBI? So, it's possible it hasn't been released to public. And yet another phone call.
Alan, I finally cornered Simmons in Congress right after the hearing this morning. When I confronted him about someone else answering his phone, he became noticeably uneasy. Refused to comment on it though, no matter how hard I pressed, and he left in a big hurry. What should I do?
So Simmons, aka the elephant. Whenever Rachel called the elephant, the dentist answered. So Simmons was a little bit uneasy about that. Got in a hurry. No surprise there. Alright. Rachel from Alan. Hi Rachel, if you want to keep investigating this, I have no problem with it, but my hands are a bit tight when it comes to putting more resources on at the top of moment. You'll have to pursue this alone, I'm afraid, but you can always talk to me and I'll try to help. So Alan, I guess Alan is the boss of Rachel. He approves of this plan, at least by day 5, is it? And that's basically day 5. Another explosion, and another nice callback is the Golden Green Heist. 3 years later recap. Gun violence up by 4% since March 2014. And March 2014 is when the one guy was elected who said, "Elect me and I will give a free pistol to everyone." I don't remember who was his name. Who was his name? It's one of the oldest Payday live action videos, so to say. It was just like an official video, kind of like vote me to the Congress or... Anyways, you know who I'm talking about. His face was on the billboards and such for a long time. But it kind of bugs me out, so I'm gonna go search it here in the background. And you can actually see what I'm talking about. Because... Oh yeah, Bob McKendrick. Let's watch it here, just so you know what I'm talking about.
This town is the capital of our great nation. But rather than being an example of everything that America is best at, Washington is becoming a war zone. Or we've got gangs of armed clowns running the streets. And why? Because we've got clowns running City Hall. Our Mayor Schwartz promised change, yet the change that she delivered on emptied our bank vaults. Now, I don't know about you, but I think there's one more change the good mayor needs to deliver on. Get out of office.
McKendrick, change the change.
And remember, folks, vote for me, get a gun for free.
And yes, this is exactly what caused gun violence rise up 4%. Not quite as you expected, is it? Anyways, let's check day 6. And day 6 was the return of No Mercy Heist from the last original heist from PAYDAY Heist. Mercy Hospital from Knowledgepedia, the online library of knowledge. Mercy Hospital was built in 1899 next to Pennsylvania Station in New York, but went through major renovations in 1923 and 1975. After Mercy Hospital fire, the hospital collapsed and is no longer in use. The building was one of the city's tallest buildings and was originally designed by Alexander Williams. In the early 2000s, Mercy Hospital was one of the busiest in the country and treated the highest number of gunshot victims of all the regional hospitals. Mercy Hospital has been the site of several noteworthy incidents. Unconfirmed reports mentioned failure contain viral outbreaks and security breaches resulting in staff injuries, including the one in recent years which resulted in a mysterious fire that collapsed the entire building. Mercy Hospital is also famous due to Dr. Karl Tobolsky, who invented a new type of syringe while he was a resident. The syringe is now commonly used at majority of the US hospitals. Its most prominent feature is its extraordinarily thin needle. Here he is. Yes, quite nice, quite nice. And this syringe you also get as a melee weapon, a free alternative to the kunai, so some poison damage. Always nice to get free alternatives. I don't even know how to speak anymore. Anyway, some screenshots. I'm sure most of you have already played the heist. Another clowns here. This is a screenshot from PAYDAY the Heist. You may see it from the mask. That's maybe the easiest thing to distinguish because the masks in PAYDAY the Heist are quite low quality. And maybe from the dates. Clowns from the video. Night of the fire cause. It's all related to the PAYDAY gang. And here you can see breaking news. Look, the CDC report for Mercy Hospital full up on the survivors from the incidents. And some recordings again.
So, I was thinking, you remember that incident with the hospital a few years ago? There are notes on the USB stick that mention it. Can we get archives to pull up what we have on the story? Hey, could you send me the number of that antiquarian you met last month? There was a mention on the USB stick about a manuscript by someone called Cagliostro that's supposed to be important somehow.
Alright, so this time around, unlike the classic heist, otherwise this is a flashback heist, so it doesn't happen in 2018, it happens in 2012, and it's just how the crew remembers it, or something like that. Not gonna go through it in this video. I'll have a video discussing all the details later on because it's not on this webpage. Anyways, next on we have day 7. Day 7 was a little bit lackluster content-wise, but it was another off day, of course, it didn't matter. Overkill had a stream with played Operation, the board game, and nothing else really happened there. And we also had a new video, so let's check that out.
DC authorities have declared a citywide emergency today after monitoring centers detected several radiation spikes throughout the capital. The source of the spikes has not been identified, but experts are not ruling out that there may be a connection to the recent earthquake that unexpectedly shook the city. As a precaution, the president has ordered that the White House be evacuated and crucial cabinet members be transferred to the Air Force One.
So alright, so there has been an earthquake in the DC area, and later on some radiation detected, And the Air Force One has sorry, gone up with the president and some important people escaping the city. Any past reports from radiation? Not really. Could it be connected to the first two nukes? So the one near Antarctica and the one in Egypt? Perhaps. Can't be a coincidence. Yes, I agree. And one last, oh, 3 more recordings, sorry.
Reminder, call EPA and ask about radiation sources.
Right, radiation sources. I don't think she anyways got any information from that.
Reminder, check President's travelogue, compare with Hellman, find connection to CrimeNet, Simmons, and Kozak.
Alright, so President has been traveling to the same location as Hellman, aka the dentist, and perhaps the elephant as well. So she wants to compare those as well as Vlad Kozak. And Hellman, the dentist, also wanted to travel to Iraq 4 days ago, but the request was denied. Unknown reasons why. What is the connection between the dentist, the elephant Simmons, the dentist Hellman, Vlad, aka Kozak, and the Payday gang? Well, they are all connected to the CrimeNet, but you don't know that. And one last recording on this day.
Alan, what the hell is going on here? Why is my dentist answering Congressman Simmons' phone, and why did he send me to a bakery run by a Ukrainian mobster with connections to the Payday gang? And what the hell was he doing meeting with the president right before he left on Air Force One? I need resources on this one, Alan. My gut says it goes deep.
Alright, so Rachel is asking more resources to investigate the whole deal. She thinks the whole event, whatever has been happening, goes deep. Seeing as an actual dentist answers some phone calls of his congressman, and the congressman and the dentist have been seen with the president. Kinda weird. And that was day 7 basically. Nothing too major, but still interesting progressing story-wise. At day 8, basically the last day of events. A new song from Castlevania once again, Operation Blacklight. You can check that out in the game if you want to. I've heard that the last Castlevania songs kinda trigger the copyright triggers on YouTube, so I don't want to take any risks there. There's also one new video on day 8, so let's check that out.
We are coming to you now with this breaking news story confirmed just moments ago by the Pentagon. Air Force One has crashed in Northern California near the Oregon border. We do have confirmation of unidentified survivors, but the president is reported officially missing as his capsule was found empty and heavily damaged. Rescue and salvage operations are difficult due to heavy thunderstorms raging in the area. The story will be developing in the next few hours as we get more information. Again, we have confirmed that Air Force One has crashed and the president is missing.
You heard it there, some thunderstorms, and the Air Force One has crashed, president is missing, and most people aboard the aboard the plane are most likely dead. Whoever important was supposed to be there. Alright, some images, a big image from the fire where the plane has supposedly crashed. The escape pod from the president, is empty, so it's possible he survived the attack. Maybe he escaped from the escape pod himself, or maybe someone actually took his body out of the escape pod and took control of his remains or body, if his remains are dead, or maybe he's alive. Anyways, it's possible that Kataru took the president's body and is planning on using it somehow. Any survivors? Possible. Weishaupt enlists PCM as a security detail. At this time, Murky Water and government officials have been declined further comments of the paramilitary presence as well as use of third-party contractors in place of Department of Homeland Surveillance personnel. So White House is in control by Murky Water. So why are they using Murky Water PCM instead of Homeland Surveillance? Totally not Homeland Security. That's why I got a little bit confused, because the names are not official names. Post comitatus, I'm not actually sure what that means. So some images from the heist that you can go play right now. It's stealth and loud heists, so you can check that out. Again, no spoilers from this heist on this video. I will do a spoiler video later on discussing all the juicy details. Just know that play the heist through and you will unlock a nice cutscene later on. That's all I will spoil. And actually, Overkill also published on day 9, even though the event was supposed to be 8-day event. But day 9 is a little bit shorter, just from Alan Beck, the boss of Rachel. Your Moonlight investigation. Rachel, sorry to do this over email, but I've been full up here. I've got some bad news, unfortunately. This obsession you have with the information on that USB stick, the clown gang, and how it might connect to what's currently going on the world has caused attention of the board, and they are not happy. They're calling it wild goose case and have demanded that I make you stop pursuing it immediately. They especially didn't appreciate all the travel expenses that have been accumulating, and we've got a lot of pushback about your inquiries into flight passenger list you had during research. You know that I appreciate your efforts, but my hands are pretty much tied on this one, so I have to ask you to stop immediately. If you want to talk, my door is always open. So Rachel's boss stops her investigation basically. But I have a feeling that Rachel might actually continue this on her own without the resources of the CNM network and so on, because she is so in on this already that she wants to know what's going on. But that's all we know for now. As I said, this was just a video, actually quite a long video, discussing the remaining days on the webpage here. And I will do a video discussing the heists and everything like that later on. And also, if you still want to play Payday 2, some of your friends want to buy it, it's still on a massive sale. It's less than 12 euros here, so minus 86%. Like, holy moly, that's a great deal. I think Ultimate Edition includes everything except the H3 character pack, which is quite shite anyways. So go play the game, enjoy the event, and maybe watch out the next video I'll do discussing all the nice details, juicy spoilers and so on from the event and so on. What did you think about the event? Please don't put too many spoilers on this video if someone hasn't played the event heists yet and so on, so we can try to be somewhat spoiler free in the comment section on this video. I'll leave your spoilers to the spoiler video coming later on. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the event. I hope you guys are all having a good day. I'll see you on my next video. Master Indigo, signing out.